Libra, my name's Podkane. I'm here to do your 2025 big issue tarot reading where we talk about what is the biggest issue that you're going to be facing in the coming year. Let's jump right into it. Happy New Year to you, Libras. Gonna get an archetype card for you. The first reading that we're going to do is going to be based on the material and physical aspects of the situation, what's literally going on with this big issue. And then we're going to look into the spiritual and emotional aspects of it and get some advice and support for you. Libra. Card for Libra for 2025, their biggest issue. What's going on? 2025. Artist, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. Ooh. I like that. Okay. Show us how a Libra is showing up for this big issue that's happening for them in 2025. And for Libra, 2025, their biggest issue. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. Magician, Seven of Pentacles. Let's go. Magician is having all the tools that you need, feeling very empowered, taking charge of your life or the situation at hand, creating something new. And that coupled with the Seven of Pentacles is you taking stock of what's currently happening in your life, being very observant. What's the challenge for Libra? Seven of Wands, holding true to your vision. Could not be more artistic, an artistic issue, right? Okay, so what happened to create this situation for Libra? Five of Pentacles reversed. You're kind of warming up to life. Oh yeah, inspired with Ace of Wands, Four of Wands. You're in a safe and secure place where you feel empowered. Ten of Swords reversed, and the Moon. There's also an element of self-sabotage around fears. So it's like on the one hand, you're inspired and you want to go deeper into looking into things that make you happy and joyful, things that you celebrate, something that you might want to achieve for yourself too. But then there's this like self-sabotaging element of, I don't know how it's going to work out. Can I make money off of this? Is anyone going to like it? Or, am I going to be any good at it? So, okay. What's the most recent thing that happened for Libra? Ace of Pentacles reversed. Eight of Swords. Okay. You felt kind of trapped by your financial circumstances. Like maybe you felt that your environment wasn't very pretty. Maybe you're like, I just want to create some art to hang up on my walls or something. Like it could be that simple, but it could also just be like there's an ongoing feeling of lack, and you're wanting to beautify your world with the Knight of Cups. You're wanting to offer something beautiful to the world and something emotional also. And the Six of Wands, and you want to feel celebrated. Maybe someone celebrated you for something that you did offer emotionally, like that you were like, oh, maybe I could be a creator. Maybe this is something that like I'm good at and I should try doing more of. What's Libra thinking about? Five of Cups. I mean, you're being pessimistic about it. Oh, it'll never work out. Judgment, though. But you know you need to do this. Judgment's the calling. You found your calling. You found a purpose for yourself. You know how fucking precious that is? You're not going to forget about this. This is not something you're going to be able to let go of. This is not something you're going to talk yourself out of. What's going to happen? What's the most likely thing to happen next for Libra? Ten of Cups reversed. Justice reversed. Oh, man. Okay, so either your family or an emotional group that you're already a part of is going to be non-supportive. They're going to say, this isn't like you, because this is your card justice. This isn't like you. You know, why are you making these like emotional songs about being, um, depressed? You're usually so happy, or either that or they're just not supportive. Straight up, in a way that's unfair to you. And obviously that's going to be like, what the fuck? I deserve support after everything I supported you in. I patronized your business. Why don't you patronize mine? What the fuck? Okay. That's going to be another challenge. And it's a reflection of the way that you had doubts. Okay. It's not anything about, hey, you should have done better. How do you do better when you don't know better? Okay. That's what this reading's for. You can change the outcome of this. Also, like, I don't have anything else to say. Okay. What's Libra most afraid of? What's Libra most afraid of? Six of Cups. No, people having their love be conditional based on how well you are able to do this. And your skill and talent. Oh my God. You're afraid that people's love is conditional. People's support is conditional. And if you don't make money doing this, or if you don't have a lot of talent, if you don't make a fucking Rembrandt, then people aren't going to love you anymore. And look, when we look at the fears and the hopes, these are almost always subconscious. And it's there to kind of show you how you have a under the surface expectation, the surface expectation of what you expect to happen with the hopes and what you're terrified of happening and kind of expect to in the worst case scenario with the fears. What's a person relevant to the situation for Libra? Someone who already is been working at it. When you look around you, there's someone that has a message for you about how you can like heal the schism in yourself, and you can do it very quickly too. There's I almost want to say it's like someone who has already been working on this particular artistic or creative endeavor that you're wanting to embark on. They've already been doing it for a long time. They have a lot of information, a wealth of not just like the nuts and bolts of like how to hold your brush and do brush strokes on the painting, for example, or how to use logic if you're making music. It's also a wealth of knowledge and information about the emotional and mental aspects of being a creative person as well, that you can really look to them and look up to them. And this is something that Libra is actually very good at doing, I will say, because not every sign can look towards others without feeling insecure about themselves. You actually are able to hold someone up and be like, yeah, they have something that's worth admiring and listening to, and something to teach, some wisdom. So this person is definitely going to talk fast and they're going to be, I almost want to say, on a platform like YouTube. And part of their messaging is going to be about how art is healing, creativity is healing. And they've been able to make it financially viable for themselves. What is Libra most afraid of in this situation? Or no, I already did that. What is Libra hoping for? What is Libra hoping for? What is their hoped for outcome? The Wheel, you want good fortune. You want to reach the right timing. Chariot reversed. Two of Wands reversed. And the Hierophant. You're almost hoping that someone else can tell you where to go, tell you what to do, that you don't have to plan this out or search for anything, and that someone of an authority, a type of authority figure or teacher will be like, here's what you need to do, and this is how you do it, and step A to step B, step C, and end result, everything that you ever wanted. you know, I do think there is someone along those lines in your life here for you. But what you need to know is, as a creative, um, the element is to be expressive of oneself, and no one has the same exact perspective as you do. So it's important that not everything will apply, and there is going to be a part of this that you are called upon to do things in your own way, in your own style, something that others haven't done before or quite like you, and you're going to have the courage to take the reins on that. What's the most likely outcome now for Libra? 10 of Pentacles reverse. I've been getting that so much. I mean, we're just bucking all of the societal structure in 2025. 7 of Swords, 3 of Wands, and the Devil. Okay. So because you're going outside of an agreed upon structure, and you may not even have, like, you know, you don't have a job doing this yet, or, you know, maybe parents, family, grandparents aren't necessarily supportive, or it could be even something that's kind of countercultural. That's at play, but you're being strategic about this and making plans for it. But then you're also kind of waiting. This is what's most likely to happen as of right now. You're kind of waiting for something, and that's going to be a negative repercussion, negative. What's this motion that I'm making here? A loop. You have a very strong likelihood to get yourself stuck in the planning phases, the planning stage. You're like, maybe you go and you buy an easel and some paints, and then you're like, yeah, this weekend I'm going to paint something. And then this weekend comes around, you're like, well, first I'm going to watch this video teaching me how to do it. And then next week comes along and you're like, well, you know, I'll watch another video, or I'm going to think about what I want to do. And whatever it is, it's like, it's most likely to not really get up off the ground at this point. And why is that, though? Why is that? Why are they going to get stuck in the planning phases and not take action on this in 2025? What would hold them back? The Fool. Okay. You just have to fucking go for it. No matter how shitty the result is. So this brings up the suck less theory. So the suck less theory is that when you first start in a creative endeavor, you're going to be the worst that you will ever be at it. You have not put your 10,000 hours in yet. And the only way to put your 10,000 hours in is to be creating. You're going to be creating stuff, and that stuff's going to suck ass. Do not be trying to play guitar and comparing yourself to Pink Floyd, because they put their 10,000 hours in. That's not a fair comparison. So the suck less theory is saying that you put out what you make. You make something, whatever it is, how shitty it is, doesn't matter. Hang it up. Put it out there. Now, know that if someone else sees that, especially if they don't know your journey or how long you've been doing this, they're not going to be supportive. They're going to be like, wow, that sucks. You know, and if they know you well, then they're going to lie to you. So you don't necessarily have to put it out, but you put it up for yourself. You say, okay, I did that. I created that. That's done. And I'm so proud of myself that I created something. On to the next. Then you create something else and you put that up. And as you do this, each consecutive thing that you create sucks less than the thing that you made prior. And that is literally the creative process. The very first drawing that I ever did, I'm a pretty good artist. I've spent my 10,000 hours as a social anxious child. The very first drawing that I remember ever seeing that I did was of a person, and it was a fucking literal circle with arms like sticks coming out this way, feet like sticks coming this way. That was it. That was a person to me. And now I'm capable of doing art like you see on these cards. Watercolor art, whatever, okay? because it didn't go from 0 to 100. There were many different stages along the way. I used to draw Powerpuff Girls badly. Then I went on to drawing anime girls badly. Then I went on drawing anime girls well. Then I went on to more realistic things, but there was something kind of off about it. You know, it's like just a stage at a time. You just keep putting stuff out there. And as you do that, each thing that you finish, you're going to be so fucking proud of. You're going to be like, yes. But then that fades and you need to create again. And you may get a little bit addicted to the high. I even could see that for you as well, where there's a high involved with creation where you're like, oh my God, that felt so good. That looks so cool. I need that again because now it's dissipated. Now I've already seen it, you know, or already listened to it or whatever. And that's a positive aspect of the devil too, of like, you know, it's a joyous thing that motivates you so powerfully that you it's inescapable. All right. I love all the colors on these cards. I feel like it really showed out for your creative reading, your creative endeavor. All right, so why? Why do you need to become an artist now? Why is this happening for you? Libra. Show us, Libra. Spiritual and emotional aspects. Ten of Swords. And Pluto reversed. You have that knowing, and that's ultimately what's at the bottom of this. Why did they get this knowing? I want to get there before we read these others. Ace of Pentacles with the Magician reversed. It's an offer to correct a feeling of disempowerment. It's an opportunity. And self-expression as well. You didn't have a like physical outlet for your own self-expression, and that was needed. It's you would be challenged to not be transformed through this. Pluto is on you. And Pluto just changed signs, so now it's trine to your sun in Aquarius, which means a positive change, positive empowerment, positive identity transformation, which involves some level of destruction with the Ten of Swords. It just came to an end of your ability to express yourself. And now you need a new avenue, a new tool, a new method. I think this happened at a time where you didn't see yourself in your surroundings. Absolutely. And your message couldn't be reflected back to you. You couldn't express yourself to the way that you would like, and you didn't see that level of self-expression around you, interestingly. It was your dream and your wish to change how the world interacts with you by the way you interact with it. That doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm saying it anyway. Maybe it makes sense to you. What's the highest possible outcome for Libra? It's not going to happen for a while. Okay. This is going to take some time. I'm just setting you up for reality, okay? But it's an enjoyable experience from my perspective, you know, from my experience. But this passion, this fire has an ability to attract so much to you. Opportunity, abundance, wealth, love, enjoyment, luxury. life satisfaction in all the ways. Now, as far as how this happens, I think there's some part of you that is still scared, right? We kind of touched on that earlier. And this even is a way, this creative process, especially in the beginning, is a way for you to express that fear. Like the thing that you're afraid of, creating will help you express being afraid of it. And it will give you a new language, an emotional language. That's difficult to describe, and it's kind of nebulous, and it's very particular to you. But that is what it is. What does Libra need to do next for this highest possible outcome? You need to open yourself up emotionally, become sensitive. And how can we do that? That's interesting. You don't really have to change anything. You need to release. You need to release some things. And don't focus on the practical aspect of it. How can it make me money? How beautiful is it? Don't focus on the mental aspect of it. What will people think? Is this logical for me to be spending my time on right now? There's nothing ultimately that you have to change about yourself. You already have this in you. You just need to release it. Release your feelings, whatever emotions you have about anything, literally anything. Channel that. What's the word of warning for Libra, given the situation? Yeah. If you're looking for support as a validation, you're not going to get it. Not for quite some time, because you are just getting started. And it's kind of what I already was talking about, where other people outside of the situation are going to unfairly compare you to the masters who already put their 10,000 hours in. And that could be harmful to this process for you. So I almost feel like I talked about this with Libra rising like last month or something, but it might be worth protecting what you're creating from being viewed by others for a while. And you need to know that only you can validate yourself in this creation process. You're creating this stuff for yourself. If you keep at it and you grow to a level of skill and understanding, then eventually you will have people validate you, and that will feel very good. But at the end of the day, even when you get to that place, you realize that the whole reason why you did art wasn't for people to validate you. It was for you to express and validate yourself. This has so much more to offer you in life than just the art itself, just the creation itself. You're learning how to validate yourself and how fucking valuable that is. Fuck others, you know? All right, other people in the situation. 4 of water reverse, 6 of water reverse. Yeah, that's just, other people, especially in your family. Well, maybe not. I think if you really want to bounce this off other people, there may be some people in your family that will be there. Like, these are the closest people that you have to you. Your very closest people who will be there for your entire journey. So they'll see your very first thing and be like, okay. And then they'll see your next thing and they'll be like, oh yeah, I can see how you improved. And then next, and so they're there for your journey. So they'll, be a better source of validation if you really need that. But ultimately, again, it's saying that people will literally repel you, and treat you, not so nice, because the whole opportunity here for you, what I think your soul wants for you, your guides, God, your loved ones, the universe, spirit, whatever. Okay. What they really want for you is to learn how to validate yourself and not be so dependent on the validation of others. And so this is teaching you that and so much more. It's just repeating what I already said. Okay, what is the word of solace for Libra in this situation in 2025? What's the word of solace for Libra? Oh man, Judgment again. Even though this won't be making you money, not yet. Even though you may feel that you're not able to really communicate it with the world, or even at times you won't be all that enthusiastic about it. The fact that you have this calling and this purpose will drive you perpetually. And it's driving you, like I said, to the point where you won't need outside validation. You won't need outside messages. You won't need to have, signs and symbols telling you you're on the right path, or people doing the same. Like I said, judgment, that is a once in a lifetime type of thing, and not everybody even gets it once in their lifetime. And it's so precious and so powerful that it's already the reward in and of itself, but it compels you. It's not something you can just sit back and enjoy. Oh, I know that I need to be a creative person. I'm going to pursue this creative endeavor. But then you never do it. Like that is, you will never be able to rest on that. It compels you. But people search their whole lives for that type of purpose, and you have it. So with great rewards come great responsibilities. All right. So what is the outcome after having known all of this for Libra? After having watched this whole reading, what's the most likely outcome for them? Firm decision about the state of entrapment and what needs to be done to get out of it and move forward. And you're going to start scheming on it. It's kind of like we said, you're going to start scheming on it. But this fire is just getting started. And you have such a crazy opportunity and impetus to go forward with this that I am really excited for you. It's going to feel like a bit of a whirlwind at times, but and you may not know where it's going, but I think with the Fool, like we saw, you just got to throw caution to the wind and step off that cliff. Let's get a word of advice for Libra. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. And it's crazy how this all came back around to like other people and being so dependent upon them for their validation. Like how this has such a twofold message and purpose for you in your life to free you from being dependent at the whims of other people and to truly express yourself in a way that allows you to understand who you are. We're all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. And yet that's the invitation of conflict. It's easy to react and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and find a way to grow closer through the conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? How can you see the innocence of all involved? How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences? I think with that in perspective of what we're talking about here, when you have these people that aren't going to be immediately receptive to what you're creating, and you know, kind of have like a distance, and they're just, kind of energy. Um, it's another opportunity for you, just in the meantime, as a form of advice, to understand, with love, how they're responding authentically, and that, it's not really a commentary on your character that they're responding to your creation the way that they are. Separating the artist from the art for the artist is one of the biggest initial hurdles. When someone criticizes something that you've created, it can feel like they just stabbed you in the face. And it's advised to put a pause on that instinct and to try to see why they are reacting this way. Don't assume the worst, I think, is also what I want to say. Just like, don't assume that they think that you're trash as a person, you know? Look for the reasons why they're either trying to respond to you authentically but having trouble, or they want to protect your feelings, or however they're reacting to you. I mean, you're going to have to look deeper through this process, and have a lot of love for yourself as well. All right, Libra, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. If you like that, I'd like it if you give me a like or a subscribe. I also do love readings for Venus signs every single month in the middle of the month, and I also do rising sign readings every month as well. Until I see you next time, have a good one. Bye.